The latest numbers for the Durham Region housing market have been released for October 2023. Things are looking a little more positive and holding a little more steady this month. We actually went up in average price compared to September after 3 months of steady decline. So let's get into some numbers. In this video, I'm going to talk about what's happening with the Durham Region real estate market and how it affects you as a would-be buyer, seller, or a homeowner. If we haven't met yet, my name is Vilija Truelove. I'm a local Durham Region real estate agent with almost 20 years experience. All my contact information is included below. Reach out anytime through email, text, or phone. I'd love to help you with your move too. So first, let's look at months of inventory. For October, it was at about 3 months overall in the Durham region. Months of inventory is calculated by dividing the total number of homes for sale by the total number of homes sold for a given period of time. Generally, the greater the months of inventory or supply, the more sellers there are compared to buyers, also known as a buyer's market. On the other hand, the lower the months of supply is, the more buyers there are compared to sellers, and market conditions would be more so in seller's market territory. In between is a balanced market. This number has been steadily increasing over the last few months. We're up from 2.5 months of inventory in September. As usual, this number differs depending on where you're looking in Durham. Pickering has 3.3 months, Oshawa 3.2, Clarington is at 2.7 months, and Whitby is at 2.8. So things will feel a little bit different depending on where you're looking. You'll find a different answer depending on what you read to determine what exactly puts us in buyer's market territory, but most can agree that 3 months is not even considered a balanced market yet. It certainly feels a lot easier for buyers right now though, depending on the price range, location, and home type. Sales to new listing ratio is another number we can look at, which divides the number of sales by the number of new listings. This month, that number is 33.4%, down from last month's 37.8%. Typically around 50% is considered a balanced market. Going lower is getting into buyer's market territory, higher is seller's market. So just another way to get a better feel for where things are at. We saw 1,761 new listings in October. That's up slightly from the 1,727 new listings we saw in September. That number's starting to even out a bit compared to the bigger jump we saw from August to September. There were 588 sales in all of the Durham region in October, and this is down from 653 that we saw in September. Days on market has stayed at 17 on average. Buyers and sellers will notice properties sitting for longer, and a lot of people might think this is a high number because they're still comparing it to the crazy market that we've seen in years prior where everything had an offer date 3 or 4 days after coming up and was pretty well guaranteed to sell in multiples. So yes, compared to 2021, the number of days on market has almost doubled. But is 17 an unreasonable number of days to sell? Absolutely not. It's just a matter of people catching up to this in their minds. And it really allows buyers a more reasonable amount of time to consider a property and to do their due diligence when it comes to buying a home. So again, this number is a little bit different depending on where you're looking. The Ajax average was still only 13 days. Clarington was at 15, Whitby was at 17, and Oshawa and Pickering were at 19 days. Another good number to look at is the sale to list price ratio, which was at 101%. There are some areas that the number is lower, 100% in Clarington, for example, and the average in Ajax was still 102%. Overall, though, this is down from 102% that we saw in September. So again, many sellers are still seeing offers at or above their asking price. This number has been very slowly coming down month over month. I will say I'm noticing more sellers over the last couple of weeks trying to list lower and set an offer date again in certain areas compared to what we had been seeing even just a few weeks ago. It will be interesting to see what happens with this number in November. There are still a lot of great homes listed that don't have offer dates, giving buyers an opportunity to come in and negotiate. Now, the number most people are interested in is price. The average price in the Durham region is up on average to just over $931,000. This is after 3 months of declining prices. The prices were at their high this year in June when we saw an average price of just under $1 million. So we're still quite a ways below that. Compared to a year ago though, we're actually up 4.5%. We were at just over $893,000 this time last year. Things again are different depending on your area and home type. The average price in Ajax and Pickering actually went down month over month. Oshawa and Clarington went up. It's always good to have a general idea of what's happening in the market, but you really do need to look at your specific neighborhood and home type to get the most accurate info. So what does this all mean? Are prices going to continue to go up? Personally, I think what we're seeing is a bit more of a balancing. Though there are always a lot of people predicting a total crash, are we actually going to see prices plummet? Personally, I think we're going to see smaller increases and decreases over the next few months, though of course only time will tell. But it is one of the reasons that I always say the right time to buy or sell is when it makes sense for you. Timing the market is tough, if not impossible. Buyers might be getting used to these higher interest rates. They might be feeling a little more confident in the future of the market. We'll have to see what happens over the next few months to know for sure. Some things never change though. If you're selling, the home's presentation and marketing need to be on point. Staging, professional photography, and online and traditional marketing. And pricing will still be the most important factor. There are still houses sitting and not selling for months because they're priced for a different time and market. For buyers, you'll find it to be a bit of a strange market out there. Some houses are sitting for weeks, giving the opportunity to come in and negotiate. We're even seeing some sellers take conditions like sale of the purchaser's property. And then other hot properties are still getting multiple offers and selling for even way over asking in some cases. Overall, though, you will find more options out there and you might even be able to take a little more time to make a decision. If you're considering a move, but the high interest rates are scaring you, have a watch of my video where I go over 6 tips that could make home ownership just a little bit more affordable. And reach out anytime with questions or if you're ready to get the home buying or selling process started. All my contact information is included below. Reach out anytime. And don't forget to subscribe for more about what the market is doing and what the Durham region has to offer. Thanks so much for watching.